Hi everyone, happy Wednesday afternoon. I know like everybody and their brothers, mothers, cousins, sisters, girlfriend, I don't know, um, is probably doing a flip through of this book. This is a highly anticipated new release, but I thought I would go ahead and do one too. Might as well join us. Join us. Um, you could swing a cat. Not that they want you to. You could swing a cat and hit a flip through of this book. But anyway, this is the newest release from Johanna Basford, Worlds of Wonder, and a coloring book for the curious. I actually did receive this on time yesterday. I did have it as pre-order, and like other people, I've been having a lot of issues with my pre-orders not arriving on time. And in some cases, you could just order the book as soon as it's released and get it quicker than you get the pre-order, which is ridiculous. But Amazon did really good with this one. So probably because it was such an anticipated release, but we will see if that continues to be the case. Yeah, did receive this yesterday. It does have looks like her standard type of cover, standard type of size for the Johanna Basford book. If you have been under a rock, maybe in terms of the coloring, and are not familiar with how Johanna Basford books are in terms of size, this is Fanciful Fox, which is a standard letter size coloring book. Her books are not quite as tall, but they are wider. So just FYI on that. The cover, like I said, has some foil to it, like a foil kind of accents on the front, not on the back. But people do color the covers. These are kind of a matte finish, so you can color the covers. She also, oh my gosh, this is going to be a thing. Okay, hang on a second, guys. I am trying to record a whole whacking bunch of videos at once, and my desk is a mess. Very much a mess. So I do apologize for that. Anyway, yeah, I need enough room to be able to get both sides, because this is a double-sided book. So the inside cover does have like a little flap that you can color with really cute little doodles. And then this is the inside cover. Again, colorable. This one's not glossy. Some of them kind of seem glossy, but this one is not so much. So there's that one, and then I'll go ahead and show you the back one as well, which you have an also from Johanna Basford, and then the back cover. So, like I said, I really do need, there we go. I was not prepared for this one. So here is the title page. Now this is, the paper feels very similar to her other books. This looks like this is published by Penguin Books. Let me see. It's probably her same publisher that she's used throughout. But as I like to be able to say that for sure. Yeah, looks like it. Magical Jungle also is by Penguin. So, I mean, the paper is heavier. It definitely takes, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. So you do have a colorable copyright page, and then this book belongs to. She does do like an introduction page and then a guide, just little tips for the book. Yes, this one is the most important. If you're tempted by ink, be cautious, bold explorer. Use the color palette test pages at the back of the book to check to see if your ink will bleed through the paper. Watercolors, colored pencils so far seem pretty safe on here. Certain gel pens that aren't super juicy seem okay, but I would take anything you're going to use and test it on the palette page, because this is a double-sided book. So, of course, you can color this as well. And here we go. I would consider this to be like cat heaven, because you know how cats like to stand at the edge of stuff and knock stuff off. Like, this would be cat heaven. They could just sit there all day long and just knock stuff off on all the different little floating islands. Yeah, cat heaven right there. Very cute. This one does have some very complex pages, but I feel like a lot of the pages in this book are, I wouldn't say simple, but they aren't as big. The time investment can vary a whole lot more. So like this seems like, you know, a middle of the road type image in terms of time. This, you know, it really depends. You could spend hours and hours and hours on this, or if you just want to do, put in, you know, an hour or two in this with colored pencil, you can as well. She gives more of a variety, I feel like, in this book. You get some of these little images, but then you get the bigger, more complex images as well. Definitely different from her other books in just the variety of images. The subject matter is varies wildly. I so far am seeing a lot of like buildings and castles in this one. Definitely lots of flowers, which if you were a Johanna Basford fan, that should come as no surprise. And like I said, you could just simply color this part here. You could put a background on it if you want to. Same over here. But then you also have some double page spreads, which are super cool, and I always love that she includes those. We just watched James and the Giant Peach, the Tim Burton version, and the shark in that totally reminds me of the shark in that movie. That is a weird movie. Again, child of the 80s and early 90s. we got all the weird stuff. I haven't colored a lot of food, so these pages should be interesting. And I haven't colored a lot of buildings either, so this book definitely has a lot of new things for me to color that I may not necessarily be super familiar with. So I do like the ships and the islands that are kind of self-contained. I don't know, I think those are super cool. This one, I think, calls for a black, like, acrylic paint, if it doesn't bleed through, background to it, or like a navy blue or something. That one definitely, to me, calls for the black background. So, you got veggies, and then you got lemons. Like I said, you've got a really wide variety of subject matter in this book, and I think that's super cool. I like that one as well. I like that the image also kind of hangs out of the frame a little bit. Adds a little bit of interest to it. I do find it a little odd. Like, so this side of the book goes to the very edge of the page, but this side doesn't. Hang on. See? There's just a little bit of a gap there. I noticed that on another page, and I thought that was a little weird. Do y'all see that? I'm not a huge fan of that. I wish it went all the way to the end of the page, but it's fine. Not a deal breaker for me. That looks super comfy, and let me tell you, with that cake and everything, I would love to just go hide in there and hide from the world. That one would probably be nice. These would probably be nice with a black, like an acrylic background too. Now see, this one, I don't this one I don't see ending at the edge of the page, but that's the way this image is. I think that works perfectly. So, and you've got again just the. I do like these. I haven't. She has a similar, like, different circles like that in the world's. This is World's Wonder, Michelle. World of Flowers, and I have not done that yet. But like if you're testing colored pencils and stuff, I think those are really good pages because you can try the different pencils in the different little areas. I love the flying fish. That is super cool. Love that. Love the owl. The giant owl on the itty bitty house. Like, whoever built that house must just be a house building genius because the structural capacity of that house to be able to hold that gigantic owl is like that is that is worthy in of itself of note. I like the tree house. The mushroom house. Yeah, I tell you, the books that have come out recently, I'm getting pretty excited to use some pencils and some watercolors. I will be using that test page. I think it's just one page, but I wish she included two because I feel like I'm gonna need it. I love the fact that that's above and below there. This next page, y'all. Like I said, if you've been going through this book and you've been thinking, wow, these pages are really simple, I want something a little more complex. Well, my friend, Johanna Basford has kept you in mind too because this double page spread looks incredible. Incredible. Like, as much as I hate complex pages, well, I don't hate them. As much as they intimidate me, I really love this one. I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, I don't know if it's technically a double page spread, but that's what I see it as. So, but really, I guess not. It doesn't necessarily have to be. So, yeah, because these are two different types of little bridges. So I guess it's not a double page spread. It's just two separate images, which might make it seem a little less intimidating if you just do one side and then the other. But like I said, you want something complex? Well, we've got we've got something for you too. Very interesting with the dots in the background over here. And then we've got this page. So yeah, it looks like she saved like all her really detailed stuff for the back. Kind of ease you into it. Kitty! She actually put a kitty in this one. I love it. I love it. That might be the first one right there. Doesn't have to color him like a regular cat either because, well, you never have to, but he's got like flowers growing out of him. This one is super cool. I like this a lot. That fish looks like he is straining pretty good though. That must be a pretty heavy bottle. He's probably hoping the inhabitants would drop a few pounds. Another kitty, y'all. Man, we have two cats in this book. I have to say, Magical Jungle has so far been my favorite Johanna Basford book, but, with the cats in here, I don't know. I don't know. Now, I have to say, buildings are difficult for me because I see them and I see them as very boring, like colors. They don't really poke at my imagination much, right? So those, I think, in this book will be a challenge, which is okay. I, depending on what mood I'm in and how stressed I am, sometimes I need a challenge. So this is a great book. Absolutely. If you enjoy Johanna Basford's style, and it in a lot of her books, like World of Flowers, obviously you're going to have a lot of flowers and plants. And some people that can get tiresome, and for me, after a while, that gets a bit tiresome, right? Like I want to do other stuff, and sometimes I want just not color it like a normal flower or plant or whatever. I feel like this book gives you more of a variety of things rather than just flowers. And so if you are a fan of Johanna Basford's work, but you know, flowers, constant flowers gets tiresome, I think you would like, probably most of her other books, you probably like this one the most. I would definitely recommend getting this one if you are on the fence for a Johanna Basford book and you just want something different. And this is definitely that. I love that it's in a little bowl like that. That's just... And then you have this page, which is a really nice pattern page if you like the busier pages. So you do get, well, I guess it's technically 2 pages, but it's on the same side. I kind of wish you had another test page, because I'm going to be testing a lot of stuff. Alcohol markers are like, unless you have 2 copies of the book and you just don't care about the page on the other side, alcohol markers are a no-go on here. Water-based markers, test them. Watercolors, ink tints, test it. Acrylic paint, test it. I just, seriously, like, unless it's a colored pencil, I'm going to be testing it on this page. So I've got a lot of, even gel pens. Some of my gel pens I know will ghost through. So I want to at least know that, because if I use them, then I can, you know, on the other side, you can probably cover that up. But anyway, I really wish there was another page, because I'm going to be testing a lot of stuff. But I would say, like I said, wish there was another test page. Now see, like this one doesn't cut off on the edge. Let's go back through here. So like, yeah, that one doesn't go all the way to the page edge, which is a little weird. I wish it did. Is that the only one that does that? I think so, though I thought there was another page that looked kind of like that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just imagining things. So like, yeah, the one page with that. The rest of them, let's look here. Yeah, that it doesn't go all the way to the edge on either side, but I'm okay with that because of the design of it. So yeah, like that's one page I'm kind of not thrilled about, but that's okay. Yeah, that's the only one. So yeah, overall, I am absolutely thrilled to have this book. No, my problem's going to be trying to figure out when I'm going to be able to color in this. I have so many books I want to color in, and it's like I can't just grab my markers with this one. This one requires some planning with pencils and whatnot. So anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed the flip through, and yeah, I will actually be back tomorrow with Happy Mail. Is that right? I had the schedule in my head and then I lost it. Yeah, tomorrow I'll have that. Yeah, so alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye for now.